Hi friends, I'm Phoebe. I'm on a music discovery journey and I would like to invite you along for the ride. I'm catching up on music that I may have missed out on over the years. Whilst I've consumed a lot, I haven't consumed it all. So I wanted to share every great find via this channel. Please like and subscribe if you like the sound of that. Every little helps. I promise you I'm so grateful. I'm going to continue going down the Ren rabbit hole. I haven't explored Sick Boy and the Sick Boy saga yet, so I'm going to do it in this order. Sick Boy is going to be first. I understand that is what came first in the whole situation. And then it was removed, and then there were videos that followed that. So Sick Boy first, and I hear this is very interesting. This is, if you want to get to know Ren on a deeper level, this is a good one to start with. So I've also been enjoying the chapters. They've been a bit heavy, so we're only about halfway through. I'm really enjoying them. I'll probably do another one of those soon, but right now we'll go with this, I think. Let's see. Let's make sure it's at the beginning.
Hi Ren, thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making music.
Oh. It's that pig again.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroids, damn cell, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show, derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground, I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound, I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Is this all making sense, Ren?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I can't really think.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away. What I'd like you to do is take some deep breaths with me. In and out. In and out. Good. Now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit. I'm not sick, we are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy, looking for a fix boy. Push it down in public, quick pose for the pick boy. Record label meetings that commodify your gift boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants and we do what we're told. Counterintelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And we bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And I bleed in myself, I bleed in my brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same.
Oh my god. No. That was so quick. It was like heavy breathing at the end. Oh my god. We're going to watch that through again and break down some of the lyrics and what is happening. That was all about medical neglect. Not just that, but like the benefits of who it benefits, essentially. Oh, that was powerful. That was really, really powerful. And I can see a lot of people might feel a lot of emotions about that. I think a lot of us can relate to it as well. Yeah. All right, we'll go to the beginning. It's so quick. It's 3 minutes 13, but there's a lot in there. I noticed that the music at the beginning was quite loud and almost overpowering, purposefully so, because it's like drowning out the noise of everyone, and you can't think straight, you can't think clearly. She said, your mind is making you sick. Anyway, okay. Even that, the like hyperventilating, fast breathing, anxiety, almost like throwing up or heaving or wanting to throw up, or almost throwing up. It's very intense from the beginning. There's struggle, there is feeling trapped in your own body and not knowing what can help it, and going to the people who are qualified to tell you how you can be helped, and there's no help there. You already feel that panic from the beginning. That's just really powerful. They tell you what it's called there as well. So he's like, Ren's there on his own, sitting by the wall, but then suddenly he's at the desk. I feel like there's a lot of this where he's either seeing things or his mind is he's seeing these different scenarios, because we've got the pig as well in parts of it, and it kind of flickers in and out. It's really good symbolism. Someone actually said in the comments the other day, so this isn't something that I've discovered on my own. I was actually wondering what the significance of the pig was in certain contexts, but someone said it's like people that can't help you, or people that don't want to help you as well, either or. That was what they said, that was their take.
Hi Ren, thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
So there's so much going on here. There's also this like almost children singing. I don't know what they're saying. It sounds happy, but it's not a happy situation here. There's also the repeating of your mind is making you sick, but in different voices. So she's the therapist or the medical professional says, "Hi Ren, thank you for coming in today." He says, "Thank you for seeing me." She says, Irish accent, I noticed, nice. My family are from Ireland, so always notice if I hear something like that. Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response? Ren doesn't think he has. And then she explains, basically our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick. Now, this is what she's saying. Seems like she doesn't really know or have a lot to, I say contribute. I mean, she does. She has decided that it's a trauma response. Perhaps that was what it stemmed from. Perhaps it wasn't. How much time has he spent with her to come to that assessment? I know even from one of the chapters that he says you spend like a short amount of time with a medical professional and suddenly they know what to do, some almost too quickly, and we kind of know our bodies a bit more ourselves because we're living in them, that sometimes it's off or it's not. There's a lot more that maybe could have been asked, but I don't know at this point. Don't know, but she's now saying your mind is making you sick. Even a trauma response, I wouldn't say that's your mind is making you sick. I would feel like that is a weird way to put it, weird information to give. But I'm not a professional, am I? But sometimes we know better than the professionals, or we can assess things better because, like I said, we are living our own bodies and we know our bodies more than some. But maybe I'm wrong. I've got an open mind, so the pig slashed his throat. So again, he's heavy breathing. He's scared. He was a second ago. He was very alone. Kind of reiterates that feeling, and emphasizes that when he's seen alone on the floor, rocking, breathing.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroids, stem cell, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects will show.
It's really frustrating reading all of this. So he's referring to what they're saying, or referring to what other people are saying. Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroids, stem cell poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Sick boy is just the obvious saying that he's sick. Anabolic steroids, it's a thing. It's steroids, something to give him. Anabolic, I'm not sure what anabolic is. Biochemistry, okay. In here there are annotations. I don't always like looking at annotations because I like to discover it on my own, but I am going to read this. Ren purposely slutters on the word steroids in this line, forming wordplay around the word steroids and terror, either indicating that the drugs he's being prescribed cause him to have paranoid fear attacks or night terrors, or that he's terrified of the drugs themselves and their possible effects on his body. Could be. Stem cell poster boy, so he referring to himself as the stem cell poster boy, referring to himself as the person that would be the recipient of that. Perhaps he's heavily involved. I know he has had stem cell treatment, I don't know the ins and outs of that. Pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil. Snake oil is it's like a made up thing that people sell you, and it has no value, it has no use, it's a useless item, and people can sell it. There's a game that I've played with my friends called Snake Oil, and you basically given, like, you got to pick up different words and you have to sell that to your friends, and basically it's just a load of nonsense. So a quick fix as well, something that's gonna shut you up for a bit but it doesn't last, and it's again rendered useless because it's not helping. In fact, as far as Ren was concerned and what he has said so far that I've heard, it's made things worse. It's given him psychosis and all sorts of other effects. So yeah, it's not helping. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go. Oh, what a shame. Again, it's kind of a throwaway statement, a careless thing. What a shame. That's not helping saying it. It doesn't feel like there is any care there or empathy. He's in pain. Oh well. Have another go, try something else. Take another pill, try something else. Take a couple more. That could be increasing the weight, increasing the milligrams, sorry, increasing the strength of the pills, or taking other types, all sorts of different scenarios, but basically just trying something else, other quick fixes that again are gonna not really help. And when you try new pills, when you try new medication, there are a lot of side effects of those, so you have to be monitored, and there are constant checks while you're trying out different drugs. You have to be going through reviews with the medical profession, so that must be exhausting. Trying one doesn't work, okay, let's try another one, doesn't work, let's try another one, doesn't work. Oh, but also you have to wait a few weeks in between while you're trying different meds, because we don't know the first week, we don't know the second week, we might know after a month or two. And so then you feel like there's so much time wasted trying things if they don't work. If they do, great, but if they don't, and they're so blindly prescribed, or that's how it feels, then it feels like such a waste of time, and almost that your time has been wasted in the first place with how careless they were to prescribe just anything. So there's this incredible frustration there that I feel, because I've been there too. You'll be feeling worse when the side effects show, so they don't help.
Derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan, complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
The way there were like background vocals that were like distorted, that was interesting. It was kind of like going mad.
Medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Lots of side effects listed. Derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan. It's not good. It's exhausting, and it's describing it as walking hand in hand with Satan. are the medical professionals safe? What we hope and what we're led to believe is that they are a safe space for us to look after us, to nurture us, to correctly prescribe things that aren't going to cause us danger or harm. So the fact that they can screw up so badly with so many people, you can imagine likening it to walking hand in hand with Satan. It's dangerous. It's a risk. Complications of the medication. So these are all the side effects: inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration. So, and then drown, sucker, drown, sucker, drown, sucker, drown. Drowning, feeling the struggle, feeling like you're drowning in it, very overwhelmed. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. So that's even when you are stable, or you should be stable. Ren is saying he's feeling like he's drowning. That's not okay. That shouldn't be normal. It's not normal. What even is normal? But it's not what should be happening. You shouldn't be drowning. This is unnecessary. And that's the frustration there as well. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound, just feeling like you are helpless, that no one is listening to you. And even when she's talking, she doesn't seem to be listening to him. And even there's a point where she just almost doesn't care what he said and just starts talking.
I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
Is this all making sense, Ren?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I can't really think.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away. What I'd like you to do is take some deep breaths with me. In and out. In and out. Good. Now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
So she's asking if it was making sense. He's hesitant, saying, I think so. If I were to say that to someone, I would hope that they could be like, oh, is there anything else you need help with, or can I help you understand better? Perhaps I could explain it in a different way, or is there something that you're not quite understanding? If it's not a firm yes or a no, then it's not clear. So I would hope, maybe thinking about what other people would, or how I would like other people to respond. If it were me and someone was saying, I think so, if I was like, does that make sense? And they're like, oh, I think so. I know I personally would offer a better way to understand, or ask if there is a way that I can help explain better. So she just comes back straight away with, good. What I propose we do is try and pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. So she wants to delve straight into his trauma and talk about that. But to start with, she's going to go with asking about his childhood. So she asks, what can you tell me about your childhood? He can't think properly. He's kind of put on the spot. And again, after her just saying, is it all making sense, and then jumping into something else, he's not got any breathing space. It feels like there's no breathing space for him to even think anyway. But she comes straight in again, and she does say it's okay. That normally would feel reassuring, or calm you down a bit. But then she says it's okay if nothing comes up right away. Then says what I'd like you to do is take some deep breaths. So that generally can calm people down. Does a few, shows a bit of the pig scenario again, that she is that that kind of figure, and then suddenly says, good, now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. So again, kind of put him on the spot. I don't know if she's pressuring him there to tell him about his childhood again, or if she's trying to do a calmer step. But for me, that comes across as quite abrupt and not giving him enough space to just calm down properly. It's rushing things very quickly and would make me feel uneasy too.
In and out. Good. Now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit. I'm not sick, we are sick. We are standing on a cliff in the name of progress. We jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Sick boy, looking for a fix, boy. Push it down in public, quick pose for the pic, boy. Record label meetings that commodify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy?
There's so much going on here. And it might not be that she's pressuring him. She might just be saying, what comes to your mind? So he's saying, I don't think I'm sick. I don't think it's me. Whilst I do feel like I'm going mad because I'm being gaslit here with the whole your mind is making you sick. That feels like gaslighting. I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. It's everyone else, or it's the other people. We give it everything we need and commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. It's the bad side of humanity. We take. We use things for our own benefit. But do we think about the needs of others? Do we think about treating this world with respect, the environment and everything like that? We're destructive. Science tells us that it's suicide, and still we commit. We're still doing this. Science, I guess that when they're doing tests on people, there's a lot of drug tests, and even if medical professionals might know the real consequences and risks of it, perhaps they're saying, even if it's not that, if it's them giving him a quick fix or something to shut him up for now and feel better for a short time, even if they know the risks of it, is he saying like this? We know, you know, but we still go ahead. Is that what that is? I'm not sick. We are sick. We are standing on a cliff. In the name of progress, we jump off the precipice. I've heard him say something like that before. It's something else with precipice in it. Is it almost like we'll risk everything because we are so desperate for a cure? Perhaps in the fact that there is hope for progress, we do whatever we need to, even if it means a huge risk to take, absolute doom. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus, hypocrite. He's talking to the medical professional, you're a hypocrite. Calling them a virus. Viruses spread almost like they are a hive mind, all saying the same crap, but actually it's all wrong. Maybe I don't know. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick? Again, it's like accusing them of being a hypocrite and just saying, how dare you? I'm the sick one, and the smile is another insult, isn't it? Adding insult to injury. It's fake, it's rude, it's offensive. Sick boy looking for a fixed boy, push it down in public, quick pose for a pic. So whilst he's out in public, he has to almost hide it, conceal it. I read somewhere that he was at a recording studio and he had to throw up to the point where he was throwing up blood. I think that might have been through one of the chapters or somewhere else. But it's awful. That's not what anyone should be going through. But just to try and help, in that attempt to just live in denial of it and hoping that it, he can be normal, act normal, or do the things that he wanted to do without risking losing all of that. He did what he felt he had to do, and that's awfully sad and very frustrating, being in that situation. Where are we now? Record label meetings that commodify your gift, boy. It's another dig at the labels making money from you, using you. They don't care about your anything, essentially. They are using you for your talent and taking what they can. Why are you so upset? Don't you want to be rich, boy? These are questions that people would ask him. That's why he say it like that. He says, fuck no, industry is cutthroat. In a sentence, yeah. They take what they can and leave you with nothing. They strip you of all your ideas, perhaps, or they strip you of your freedom. And then what is there? You're writing this stuff that is manufactured bullshit that is selling out. And not everyone. I'm sure there are a lot of there are tons of labels out there that do work with the artist and do encourage them to do what they naturally would do, but there are a lot out there that don't. You sign your life away and it can all go very different.
No, industry is cutthroat.
Sorry, that didn't rewind.
Push it down in public, quick pose for the pic, boy. Record label meetings that commodify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants and we do what we're told. Counterintelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And we bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And
I feel like it's a little bit out of sync with the audio and the visuals, so I apologize. I don't know if that's me or if it's naturally like that, but I can still make out what it's saying. It just feels like it's slightly out of sync, but it's still very powerful. It hasn't lost that at all. So he says, they say, don't you want to be rich, boy? He says, fuck no, industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming backstroke, walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. He's doing all these things while hindered, basically. Being sick already puts people at disadvantages. We're not at that level where we can just get up and go. There's a lot more patience required, which is very frustrating. Also, just trying to do things with sheer struggle, regardless of what the struggle is. Swimming, if you're swimming forward, that's already something. Swimming backwards is a different kind. It's doing it a different. It could be doing it creatively, but then also saying walking on a tightrope, that gives the illusion of walking on a very thin line. It's difficult to stay balanced. Rapping with a slit throat, well, you can't do anything with a slit throat. You can't talk, you can't sing. But he's saying even with that, he's able to do that, or he's trying, at least. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. It's a joke. It feels like a joke. But what else can we do? I don't know. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants, and we do what we are told. It's been that way for a long time. I know some of his songs talk about this. Probably money game. Complacent to assailants, and we do what we're told. We don't stand up to it. We don't riot as much as we should. We don't protest enough to stop this from happening. Maybe we just accept. And same with the medical situation. We don't always fight it. It takes a lot to fight when you're sick or when you're in need of medical assistance and they shut you down. I've been there many times. I'm still in that position for some things, and it's very difficult to keep going when you're just constantly shut down. Counterintelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. Yeah. This thing that is hugely valuable in terms of money, but we bleed the earth of all resources. What good is that money worth when we haven't got the world and all its resources? That kind of thing. Or we use all the resources for money. We charge the ends of the earth for certain resources that come naturally from the earth. Where does that make sense? We bleed it for wealth. We bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? Right? You take all these resources, nothing's left. So why? And then he finishes by saying, and I'm bleeding myself and I'm bleeding my brain. So I'm using up all my energy, I think. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, because I'm doing the same. I don't even understand that part there. I'm doing the same. He's saying he's the same as them. He's no better. But is that because he's also going along with a quick fix? He's also not fighting back because he's got no energy. Perhaps that's what that means. I'd be interested to see what other people think. I've talked your ears off for almost 40 minutes, but that's really interesting to see this part, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next. Now let's just watch the end part, because we still haven't done the last two lines, which I've read, but
intelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And we bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And I bleed in myself, I bleed in my brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same.
And then it ends. Yeah, it's quite intense. The symbolism in there's probably a lot of stuff that I haven't noticed upon first couple of views, but I feel that with anything, you have to watch it quite a number of times to see anything else in there that's a metaphor or a symbol of something, a metaphor for something or symbolism. Yeah, very intense. I am intrigued as to why it got removed. I understand there's a lot to do with Cujo and rights and stuff. I'm guessing whatever happened, they've settled something. But again, it's something I'm intrigued to know the full story and listen to that with an open mind. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. You might think you've subscribed, but just a reminder to check because some people didn't realise they hadn't. And I think that's all. Thank you so very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon, hopefully. Bye bye.